Hello everyone, welcome to GFA Live, a new sports talk Twitch stream where we talk about the latest and greatest in the world of gridiron football. We've got quite the show for you tonight, so don't change that channel. I'm your host Onkey, and without further ado, let's dive right into the action. Welcome to our first segment of the night, the GFA Report. We are here to bring you the latest news on GFA scores, standings, and stories. But first, a short video presentation brought to you by PO.
The undefeated 6-0 PO versus the 3-3 Blizzard. The records may not be close, but the competition is. Dome woke up this morning and ate his Wheaties. Lunar, Matt, and Chlorine follow closely behind. Chef Dome came to cook, and PO is looking like a batch of prime, tasty ingredients. Magician and the rest of his team are powerless to stop an early onslaught from Blizzard. They're looking mighty in the face of adversity, getting early takeaways to secure a 14-0 lead. No one on PO can hit their stride. I don't know if they're trolling or just tired. By the early third quarter, Blizzard has extended their lead to 42-14. Things are looking grim. But what is this? A spark from the PO offense. Magician is hitting Quan and Rallstock in stride. Bobito is there. 42-21, 42-28, 42-35. A certain Bill Belichick fire has been lit under PO. Dome is giving them every opportunity to come back. My chirping in the Twitch chat looms over me as PO secures another interception with time left to score. But then, out from the trenches of line hell. Bang! KG gets a beautiful sack. Bang! The line collapses on Magician and Blizzard pins him at the one. Here it is, salvation for Blizzard, and it goes by the name of Soy Boy. Magician is ripped to the ground in his own end zone, just about securing the win for Blizzard. They get the ball back with little time left. As Dome ices the game, Y2J verbally berates PO.
Quan, you're a loser. Alucard, you're a loser. Even if you didn't play, you're a loser. Xenial, you're a loser too.
It's music to my ears. Rest in peace, PO. Your undefeated season will not be missed. Like the Yinzers of years past, your fall was monumental. Can't say I'm surprised, but I can say that I'm pleased. Rest easy, PO. Rest easy. Back to you guys in the studio.
All right. Thank you, Onkey, for that. And speaking of technically undefeated seasons, IP going undefeated in being one of the worst GFA teams that we've ever seen, going with Alien versus IP 90-13. Another huge blowout game. IP still putting up less points than, I don't know, they put up less points for, I think, a title first quarter. I think most teams score more points in the first 30 seconds than IP can score throughout a game. But Alien looking to stay strong in that second place for the Celestial division. And Luke just being able to stat pad this game with 721 yards. Chief Queef with 432 receiving yards. Polo J 162. Easy 172. With 3, 6, 10 picks. An unimaginable amount of TDs, a safety, and a crazy number of sacks. Just an absolutely incredible stat line as we move on to the next two games, first one being Title and Blizzard. And we see Title getting back into the regular form that they usually are after snagging up on Aztecs the week before. Shaq putting up 468 yards, throwing for, I believe, 6 of the 7 TDs. And we'll notice in both of these games that the numbers that the opposing team puts up, they're still good numbers. It's just Title's offensive power is just so strong that teams are not able to catch up. And as we get into these later weeks with a couple of pretty strong teams, we're going to see really good games, especially K9 in week 5. We're going to see a really good game there because that K9 defense is going to really challenge the Title offense. We've seen that rivalry shake out for months and months now. K9 and Title going back and forth, hitting those scrims. And let's move on to the final game, Title versus Goon Squad. You can see putting up both 60 points in both of those games. Shaq putting up 506, while Haywood puts up 307 passing yards. I mean, again, you can see how good that the opposing squad did. It's just Title puts them just out of reach of that end zone. Dark Subject getting 87 yards, Kenny getting 73, Barry 38, Esset 109. But you can see on the side of Title, you got an interception for Resp, Shaq, Onkey, 2 for Toxic, 3 for AK. And again, they start putting up those sack numbers with Resp getting 2, Cheesecake getting 3, Shaq getting 1, and Onkey getting 1. And Shaq spreading the ball out a lot, getting 4 touchdown passes to AK, 2 to Toxic, 1 to Poppy. And just, there were quite a few blowout games this week. And that's pretty much going to be it for me. Hopefully we'll see a couple of more stronger games, more watchable games for the weeks to come. But we start to see who's really going to have great seasons and who's just battling to get those last few spots. So I'm going to go ahead and send it back to you, Onkey.
Cool. Thank you so much, Silver. I'm here to bring you some transactions for the week. First up, a pretty big one. The team formerly known as Pride, now known as Rogue Warriors, had a little change in leadership. Bamanick, unfortunately, is no longer a part of the team, and they have rebranded to the Rogue Warriors, picking up Lauren and the GOAT Cole in the process. Next up, we got Dion. Dion was cut from Kingsman for conduct detrimental to the team, and was eventually picked up by Dome on Blizzard. And last but not least, Swarm making some moves, picking up and dropping Goofy within 24 hours. Interesting, but love to see some moves from Swarm. And that'll bring us to the power rankings for this week. We got a couple of movements. Again, these are Hook's power rankings. I am just the bearer of news. First up, we got Title. Hook says Title is the constant best team. Cannot wait for them to play K9. Next up, he has K9/Shinigami. He says they're even right now, but when they play, we will know who the number 2 team is. Chicken is talking a big game against Title, but he may be overlooking Shinigami and taking an L. Coming in at number 4, we got Comets. Hook says, literally have nothing on Comets. They are old vets who know how to win games. So, very strong team there. Coming in at number 5, dropping down is PO due to a close game with Pride. They did beat Kingsman, but then they also just lost to Blizzard. I'm not sure if he accounted for that in these yet. At number 6, we got Hunt. Record does not determine how good a team is. Hunt reflects that. They got some strong people on their team and should be moving up in the rankings during this coming week. Blizzard, we are just waiting for Blizzard to be beat a top 3 team, which they just did. so that Hooks has a reason to put them at number 3 again. I don't know if I'd put them at number 3. Listen, Blizzard is good, but I don't know, over Comets? I don't know, we'll see. Or Comets and then either K9 or Shinigami, one of the two. That's crazy. Never mind. I'm sorry, Hooks. That's awful. Alright, coming in at number 8, we got Duck and Nidos. Tough loss to Shinigami, but will bounce back in a big way, hopefully. At number 9, we got Kingsman. Hook says Mouse wanted me to rank them below IP, but that is just disrespectful. So Kingsman is moving down in the rankings. And then brand new in the top 10, we got Aztecs. Aztecs jumps back into the top 10 because they dropped 80 plus on a team. That's crazy. Moving down from the top 10, we had Dragoons. They got a tough week coming up with Comets and K9. Not really sure how they're going to fare with that. Alien is still kind of on the fringe there. And then brand new on the fringe, we got Sentinels. They've been making some moves. I think they're 4-2. They got a good record right now. 4-1 maybe? Not sure. But look out for Sentinels to make some moves. Yeah, that's the power rankings. And that is all we got for the GFA report. Now on to our next segment of the night, Hot Takes, where we got some juicy takes for you. Alrighty. I am here with Bamanick, Dion Sandals, Humble, iHaveADome, and Y2J. A fantastic cast today for Hot Takes. Make sure you got your headphones on because these takes are coming in hot, hot, hot. So, how we doing, guys? What's up?
Doing pretty good.
Doing well, yes, sir.
Dylan.
All right. Cool. Let's just hop right in then. The first topic we have to talk about today is Dion's breakup with Kingsman. So, Dion, walk us through what happened.
So you know, best way I can put it is we did a little bit of trolling,
Mm-hmm.
and the team got a little sensitive about it, and as a former champion, I can't stay on a team that's what 1-5, 1-6 now.
Mm-hmm.
So we parted ways a little bit. I don't have bad blood with them. Some of them are garbage. Most of them are garbage.
Interesting.
Like people.
Are you gonna name drop anyone?
Call them out. Say it with your chest. Come on.
I love my boys on the line. Gooder isn't what he used to be. Cam's still a demon, but he's got to work in the lab. But if you look just a little close on your screens now, you'll see the Kingsman logo as my logo with a bag over their head.
Oof.
Tell them why. It's because they're garbage.
I like this guy. He's pretty smart.
We split up. Best of luck to him. It is what it is.
Yeah, how do you think they'll fare for the rest of the season without arguably a top 4, top 3 center in the game?
Well, there's only 5 total, so.
Yeah, they're like the Lions. They got their 1 win. They're happy for the season, but that's all it's gonna be. They're gonna get their 1 win, and then they're gonna move on in life.
I kind of agree with Dion. When the season started, I wanted to see him against Commons, K9, all of that hunt.
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't know if they're beating Pride. I don't know. Maybe them and Fade would be like a nice exhibition match at the end to keep everybody interested. We got to see Kingsman. There's a new team that just dropped as well. We can Kingsman can still have some good games, just not against good teams.
I don't know if I'd go as far as saying they'd lose to Pride and False Idols, but I think they're definitely in some dangerous waters here with a very shaky line at best. I think Cam's kind of lost confidence in them a bit, but hopefully we'll see him bounce back.
No.
No.
Look, put them and IP together, you get Fear back, and you maybe get 2 wins.
Interesting.
I don't. And I can't really talk because they beat us, but
They did. They did.
I can't make excuses. They're a tough team, but I don't see them winning another game or two, to be honest with you. And I know we lost to them, but that was a fluke. But I don't see them doing that much anymore, to be honest with you. They get too many issues at line, and you know, Juice's computer, it's a coin flip on whether that thing's gonna run or not. So
evil monkey dude hard drive or
yeah.
motherboard or whatever it is. Alrighty. Well, Kingsman, I am praying for you. I'm sending my best wishes. Hopefully we see 1 or 2 more wins.
They already got the best Christmas gift. They got to drop Dion off the roster. So
dang,
that's true.
That's the best Christmas gift for us.
So Dion, how you liking Blizzard right now?
If we're being real, I should have been there from the start. Dome's one of my favorite quarterbacks to play for. All the guys there are fun to play with. They're not sensitive. I tell them all the time. Like I walked in there and I was like, "Hey, I think we should disband." And they're like, "Yeah, me too."
You know? Oh yeah, we take some jokes, we take some slander. We're a fun team.
Absolutely.
Nice. And Dome, you're loving having Dion there, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, Dion, I've known you since what? You just started, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I knew I liked Dion ever since he just started. I mean, me and him have always had a good relationship, and you know, I just destroyed him online in a pug, but we won't talk about that. But yeah, it's nice to have him. I mean, no discredit to my other linemen, but you know, we had some, you know, kinks, and you know, got to iron them out. So we brought in Dion, and you know, once we play Shinigami Sunday, Sunday, you know, we'll have Dion in, and Crispy Nuts come back from work. So, you know, I'm looking forward to the rest of the season, to be honest, for Blizzard.
Nice. And so that's gonna be probably a Jadarius matchup for you, Dion. Thoughts about that? How you feeling?
Is that so? He's on Shinigami.
I believe so.
So I that's a game I don't get to play in. He and I have gone back and forth a lot. This is hot take, so we're gonna get hot with it. I don't think he's the same person he is at all.
Ooh.
I think he's gotten better at blocking, but he sells horribly on defense nowadays. And Hippie's in the chat, so I'm gonna shout out Hippie. I think he only gives up a sack or two. I hope I'm not wrong.
All right. Bold take there. Yeah, I know Jadarius was one of the most dominant nose tackles in the past iteration of Shields. So he
dropped 13
dangerous
sacks
for sure.
on my team.
Wait, actually? Dang, that's crazy. All right, well, Hippie, I'm sure you'll do great, bud. All right, we're going to move on to our next topic. Another big story today. We got Bamanick in the call.
Yes,
Bamanick, tell us what happened with Pride, because there was so much going on. Chat exploded. So many emotions. Just walk us through what happened, man.
All right, so essentially, I'm going to start at the beginning, even before this even started with the story, because it kind of goes back to what Pride was originally. So Pride started out as sort of a way for players to play the game competitively without having to worry about the meta. So we try to figure out strategies and ways to go around playing without the meta. So that's kind of what the deal was before. We took a break roughly since last January. The last time I played was in February. And we got together, I think, a week and a half before roster lock this season. So we had a couple guys from original Pride, a couple new guys like Uncle and all that. So the season starts. Haven't played since February, and we won a decent amount of scrims, even with like a scuffed lineup. Season starts. We signed Panna and Spades, but we can't use them for like the first 3 games because of the waiver deal. So we're stuck with Mate, who's a new receiver, and he's very good instinctively, but he doesn't really understand coverage that well. So he had a lot of blown coverages. So that kind of helped us go 0-6. But most of our games were extremely close. So our average point differential at that 0-6 mark was -7.5, which is better than 6 other teams at that point. So we weren't, even though we weren't having a great season, we were having competitive games and sticking in, almost losing by maybe just a touchdown each game.
Mm-hmm. So do you think there could have been a way to pull it back together and maybe get a win or two?
I do, but I think the things. So I'll go into this. So the cuts, right?
Mm-hmm.
The thing that started the drama entirely was after our 6th loss, I cut 5 people.
Mm-hmm.
3 of which were totally inactive players that actively ignored my calls to play, whether it was scrims or league games. One being B Grip, who purposely didn't answer my calls to play and made up an excuse while I actually saw him on the iOS soccer Discord playing pugs.
Oh.
So
slanderous.
I just want to put that out.
iOS, baby.
Another guy was Pastrami, who was very new. I think he never played the game competitively outside of Pride, and we sort of had to we sort of had to find replacements for him because he started in our first 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
Also because B Grip made excuses, and that's another reason why we lost in our first 3 games. We were playing 2v3 lineman wise. No hate on Pastrami, but he never played the game competitively.
I mean, if you ask many people, neither did Pride.
What's up?
Ooh. Well, let's keep it real too, though. I don't understand how you're gonna put the demon, the monster SOCOM on the line. You put the demon SOCOM out there?
That's funny. That's because he was we brought Spades and Panda in, right? And I knew that I had to replace SOCOM because he was our weakest wide receiver out of Kuzi. I mean, he was even worse than Matt, to be honest. So it was his idea to go to line.
Slanderous indeed.
So it was his idea to go to line, and I let him go to line to try to keep him there because he was a sort of integral part of the team when it came to, I guess, loyalty-wise. He was always there for scrims and everything. But in reality, he didn't play up to par, especially in defensive coverage compared to other guys. So I moved myself to line because I was also really bad at coverage, right? So I moved myself to line. First 2 games I go into line, I immediately make impact. But Uncle was still back there letting people blow by him. So that didn't really help.
How do you expect to do good throughout the season with your current it's like you're stuck in PSI? How do you expect to do something with that bad of a wide receiver core and not a good line either? I mean, and then you just quit on your team, kind of like throwing in the towel as a quarterback, as me, just quitting on your team. That's not a good captain mentality.
No, I didn't quit on my team. I cut 3 inactive players in AJ, Pastrami, and B Grip. The next guy was Bobby Smyrda, who actively talked bad on the team immediately after our loss, saying that we were the worst team he ever played on. I mean, it's not untrue, but he not only that, but then called other players trash. And so he was asking to basically get kicked immediately after the game. So I had to get rid of him. And then Uncle was really the only questionable one. But like I said, he was our weakest link. And after going 0-6, I have to make some changes, right? So,
I mean, at the end of the day, you just got to blame yourself. I mean, you signed those players, you know what you were dealing with. I mean, Charlie looked to me, and no disrespect to anyone, but Charlie was the only solid one on that team. And, that's your fault for signing those players. And, you can only blame yourself, not the kids you signed.
That's true, but I signed on mostly original Pride members, and then B Grip was an original Pride member, AJ was an original Pride member. So yeah, I get that stance, but end of the day, I can't with a week before the season, I have to sign who I got to sign. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm seeing in chat that there's some Pride members that would like to actually make a comment or two. I'm gonna try and keep this as civil as possible, but we might try and get SOCOM in here for a hot sec. Give me one moment.
Onkey, look at DMs real quick.
In the meantime, Bama, did the way that Mr. SOCOM talk about you after the fact, did it hurt you at all?
No, but the way he acted was kind of childish for a guy who's in his 30s or something.
He's in his 30s.
Immediately after I cut him, he added everybody in our Discord, and I mean literally everybody, at everyone, and they all started flooding our Discord. I had to shut it down because it was basically getting people. I'll keep it friendly here, but they were saying, like fudge Bamanick, cat poop Bamanick, all my homies hate Bamanick, that type of stuff, right? So I had to lock it down because it's like, this is just annoying. So, and then we go to the GFA server, and I explain myself to the GFA staff that I do not want to disband, but I might be forced to because my starters might want to leave because of this backlash that we're getting, right? So, and then I look up, and there's 30 plus people all in the GFA Discord, all giving sympathy to Unclesocom, who got cut because he played bad.
Free my man, Unclesocom.
Who's a better quarterback, you or Demi, right now?
I would say Demi could give them a better chance to win on his run game specifically. I think he's really good at running.
Demi's a better QB. He won't run 5 wide.
It has begun.
Alrighty.
Oh,
So we got SOCOM in here. Like I said, gentlemen, please try and keep it a little bit civil at least.
Mr. SOCOM, I'd just like to remind you, no profanity, please.
Yeah. I'd like to apologize because some of the formatting got messed up. It's set up for 6 people. But SOCOM, I want to hear your side of the story, man. What happened?
I mean, just to iterate on it, you can have your opinion on me, whatever you want. I mean, I've been around this league for a long time. I don't ever claim to be the greatest player on this game. Never once have I said that. But 24 interceptions, and you're going to say that I was the problem on the team. That's
Pulling
all I
out
got.
the stats.
And only 13 passing touchdowns. But I'm the problem. I mean, I have to beg to differ on that. Yeah, I acted a little childish at in the whole, but it was kind of one of those things. I wanted to get out ahead of it and prove that you were making a big mistake. Because I promise you right now, this team's way better off without you.
Oh my God, Bamanick, any reply?
I'm not gonna argue that fact because I understand that my play style doesn't fit in with the current meta, and I didn't want to change.
It's adapt or sink, man. You sunk us. You didn't adapt. We begged you to adapt. You would not adapt.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, gentlemen, one at a time, please.
And you can vouch the moving to the line call was totally my call, and that was because I brought in Spades and Panda for you. So I was willing to help the team in any way I could. Yeah,
yes, sir, baby.
Probably better lineman than everybody on the roster besides Charlie and not B Grip, but JBK. Other than that,
okay,
I can hold my own on the line. But you don't call rolls, so you set your lineup for failure every time, bro. That was on you.
Yeah, back him up. I've heard that.
Bamanick,
I understand. I understand that.
Can you explain the like I've heard a little bit about the no roll calling as well, but I've heard there's maybe a method to that madness. Can you give us a little?
Well, the reason it worked before, which obviously doesn't work as well now, but the reason it worked before was it seemed like defensive linemen knew where the quarterback was rolling about 70 to 80% of the time, where like before the play even started, right? So my method was, okay, if I just practice staying in a pocket and I get better than that than any other QB, then eventually the meta will shift to where that's actually the better strategy. But obviously it might never, right? So and then also it kind of helped with my route calling, right? Because a lot of times if you're saying, okay, I'm gonna roll right, your whole plan is to get to the right sideline, and your route calling is limited because you can't really throw the ball deep on the left side, or you know what I'm saying, or you're kind of limited to what you can do. So by staying in the pocket and making quick reads, it kind of made it unpredictable on the defensive side of where the ball is going to go. But obviously, they came with some downsides of we gave up a little more sacks than other people, and I had to throw the ball away a little bit more than other people.
Do you think you could do better with a different team?
With GF, with last season GF, how do you think you'd do?
To be honest, I mean, probably slightly better than Pride, but I think my play style, on at least offensively wise, doesn't rely as much on the skill level of the players. I think defensively wise, that's where the real difference maker becomes, because I just need a line that can just hold for 3 seconds on 80% of the plays. It's the problem is that 20% of the plays, when we do take a sack, it's really bad, right? And so,
But so do you, when you're taking, I don't know, a 10-yard sack, 1 out of 5 plays, like, are those short routes and stuff really gonna make up for it?
Yeah, that's the problem, right? Is that some drives they did and some drives they didn't. So, but that's the problem is that I even when we changed the rules the last 2 games, and I tried actively calling rolls, I mean, I think I got pushed back even farther than when we weren't.
You were naturally just dropping back anyways. You were doing it to yourself.
I felt like
you have to decide how much you drop back. It isn't on us. We keep dropping back if you're going to drop back. That's just part of the line. Like, if we go out and attack them, our shields run down, and then he's free running at you. I mean, it's a win-lose situation. You like I said, your biggest problem, Bama, was you would not adapt, bro.
Yeah,
and like I said, I never claimed to be anything that I wasn't. But I sure the hell, it wasn't. When you moved to the line, the coverage fall aparts were not on me. You go back and look; those were one miscommunication on me and Spades, and the other one were all on Panda. Panda was getting thrashed this season.
Damn, bringing Panda into this too.
I mean, Panda was another whole big thing to all this anyways.
Either, though. Yeah.
Hey, and that man would blame us for bad throws.
I feel like we're kind of talking in circles a bit here, so maybe let's just get one more final statement from you both. Bama, would you like to go first?
Okay, yeah, one final statement. All my cuts were justified, whether people don't think so or not, and we could have continued, but the other players were already thinking about replacing me anyway, so it wasn't going to work out no matter what I did. It was catch-22. So I was getting kicked off the team if I didn't cut people, or if I did cut people.
Gotcha. SOCOM?
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about replacing you weeks before that. It's your team. It's your listen, I mean, to be real though, it's your team. We were hoping you would do the right thing and step down and maybe let someone else try to. I mean, at 0-6, maybe let another quarterback try something. You didn't want to do that. You started making crazy cuts, especially like I said, I don't claim to be nothing that I'm not, but I am the most loyal, active dude on your team, or was your team.
Reach SOCOM.
But
talk.
But you said it best yourself in general that day when you said anybody need an offensive coordinator. I can design winning plays. I just can't make the throws. You're correct on that.
100%. Man.
I'll be 100%. Most of the time, we were wide the fuck open, bro.
Hey,
failed coverages.
Watch him out, bud.
I'm sorry. That was me getting a little wild. We were wide open. I mean, a lot of the times, if you seen Bama connect on a pass, we were wide open. That was because he designed it that way. Coverage just fell apart, and we'd be wide open. He just sometimes couldn't hit the mark, man. It is what it is.
Yeah, that's
no hard feelings with you, Bama. It is what it is.
SOCOM, thank you so much for coming on. I wanted to give you a chance to kind of give your side of the story.
Make it to the tail end, man.
Yeah. All right.
Hey, good luck with Rogue Warriors, though. I want y'all to win. By the way, I'm not.
Appreciate it, Bama.
Look at that. Look at that.
Like I said, no hard feelings, bro. It is what it is. We just all wanted to play, not throw the towel in.
Yeah, we got some old Pride members in the chat as well. We love you, Bama. No hard feelings. So.
All right, thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, SOCOM.
Hey, I'm gonna bounce out of here. I'll let you guys finish your show.
Yeah, we'll catch you later, man. Peace.
All right, later, guys.
All righty. I don't really have a segue.
One last thing.
Yeah.
One last thing is that if anybody in chat is looking for an offensive coordinator, like he said, I can design routes for winning teams. Just put it out there.
People can already select 5 wide.
K9's hitting me up right now asking for your number.
There it is. Shameless plug. Love to see it. All right, next topic we have for today is defensive player of the year front runners. Do we have anybody kind of jumping out at you as a hard lock for defensive player of the year?
I mean, if I'm being honest, I mean,
wrong. If your answer is not Quan, then I don't know what you're talking about.
What?
No,
oh my god, you are on actual drugs.
I'm talking. Quan plays under, but he's always over. Quan is any and everywhere.
Quan's IQ is under the average.
And he's still a monster. Quan is actually playing with half a brain out there, shutting down your favorite receiver.
Quan did not shut down Lunar last night, that's for sure.
All right, Dome. So let's get to it. Okay, by raise of hands in the GFA chat,
there we go.
If PO plays Blizzard again, who would bet your mom's life on Blizzard winning?
I'm gonna tell you right now.
I really wait. Well, let's stay on topic. I mean,
you're right.
Yeah, let's stay on topic. We'll go back. We'll go back.
Quan,
but I do not think Quan is anywhere in the top. I think, and personally playing with them, and I'm being honest, I think if no one's better than Dude right now, in my opinion. I mean, the guy's just all around the best receiver. I mean, maybe Bond and Sparks. Yeah. I mean, I've heard people say that mine's better, but again, I just feel like Dude's do, and no one's. He showed why he's the top offensive and defensive player. I mean, I know picks and stats say otherwise, but with Dude's name and people trying to go for 50s and stuff, and they see Dude's name, they kind of second guess themselves. As of right now, I don't see anyone taking defensive player of the year besides Dude, and that's
yeah. Not trolling. I agree with Dude. Dude puts the fear of God into some of these receivers.
Yeah,
I've
exactly.
seen it myself. Haywood's seen it.
I would argue that
even QBing against them.
I would argue that Chicken Fat actually has a decent chance at defensive player of the year as well, because he gets pressure absolutely non-stop. There are very few people that can stop him on D-line. Bamanick, are you outside right now?
Yeah, you might have been.
No, you're good, man. But yeah, no, I think sorry. I think Chicken Fat really could make a name, or not a name for himself. He has a name for himself. A case for himself to be defensive player of the year with a couple more high sack games.
I mean, I think he's just a stud. I mean, and the funny thing is, he doesn't even play the game religiously anymore. He still causes havoc.
Did they play IP?
K9? I don't think so.
No, they didn't. Okay.
I think they just faced Goon Squad.
I was gonna say any stats that any team gets against IP, throw them out. They're garbage.
I mean, Fat's just arguably the best lineman.
Get out of here.
I think Fat is the best lineman, but when the game revolves around, can you 50 or not at the end of the day?
And he can catch too.
When it's 4th and long and Dude Mean's on the field, you're not throwing it to Dude Mean's side. You might still roll to Chicken Fat's side, even though that's not a good decision. But having somebody that just negates one side of the field is just it's just different, man. Dude Mean's different.
Interesting. Humble, Dion, any takes?
I haven't looked at any of the stats at all for this season.
It's all good.
I think I'm gonna give a super spicy one. I think Onkey could get in there. Get them sack numbers up a little bit.
Nah.
You got one of the better lines in the league for sure. I don't know. Yeah, I think Vanilla. If I remember looking correctly, Vanilla
has so many picks.
I mean, Bond's always straps. I mean, he's another one that's just phenomenal.
Yeah, but I'll tell you right now, and this is a shot at PO, but keep an eye on Chlorine. Man has interceptions, sacks. He does it all.
Yeah, I saw in the PO Blizzard game, he was just absolutely going off.
I mean, it was everywhere on defense. It was hilarious, and I'm telling, like, the comms were like, we were crying, laughing the whole time because Chlorine's just plugging the gaps and stuff and just getting that pick, and we all started laughing out loud when he got that diving pick in front of Ralstock. It was good times.
Humble, did you have something?
I was just gonna say that, like, I think it's too early, honestly. Like, with these games, a lot of these teams.
We're halfway through the season, man.
Yeah, but these teams that have been playing these bad teams for week after week, and now they're suddenly coming into these hard games, 2 at a time, 3 at a time, and you're gonna see a lot of these players that have been eaten. They're gonna be starving.
You can say Vortex and X-Tails. You don't have to, we can call the name.
Sheesh.
I mean, yeah, isn't X-Tails got
Slanderous.
X-Tails got hella sacks, right?
Okay, I
11
think
sacks in
X-Tails is
mid.
underrated though.
Oh no, stop it! I
You can
watched that
say
dude.
X-Tails is underrated all you want. It doesn't make it true.
Slanderous.
Ain't no
X-Tails
way.
is a
Slanderous.
solid
He's a
lineman,
stud.
man.
He's a stud. He's a
That
soon-to-be
man's
stud. How
a
about that?
diver.
Sure, X-Tails may be on the come up. I guess we'll find out at the end of the season. But like I said, these teams, these players, they've been eaten.
They're gonna be starving.
We'll see if they keep that energy coming into hard games.
Yeah, I know. At least title I think we got K9, PO, not this week, but next week, which is gonna be real tough. But yeah, I think you make a good point. Like, I think most of the top teams have their like tier 5 or tier 4 games out of the way. So it's gonna be a lot of hard fought games, which will be very exciting this week, or this week, next week, whatever it is. All right, we're gonna move on to. I want to hear actually specifically from Humble about this. So Comets has, in my opinion, kind of come out to a slow start. I know we've talked about it a little bit in weeks past, but I want to hear from you what's kind of been going on with Comets.
Well, I mean, didn't you see the list?
I did see the list. I did see the list of the copious amount.
We gotta update it. We're now 4th in the rankings apparently.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I mean, in all seriousness, I mean, I'm not gonna harp on it. Like, we've lost games we could have won, but at the end of the day, you only have to look back to last season. K9 was the front runner to just completely stomp last season in season 1, and then they lost Jipper and Bond, and suddenly people were saying that K9 fell off, and stats wise and honestly game wise, whether it's state of the game or not, they did fall off for that season. It was a boon to K9, and honestly it was a boon to title, even though they got knocked out by DS. But that division was so easy, because I honestly think the division, Comets, GF, Fear, and all them, I think any of them could have beaten K9 in that season. And like,
I mean,
we, obviously Dingo left, so we came into this season picking up JBL like, I don't know, like a week or so before the season started. Like, getting a new QB,
it's tough.
I mean, it can be a killer for the team, and we've done that every season. We went from Alex to Dingo, and now Dingo to JBL. So not having a QB there's synergy with, like,
I don't think. I mean, I said it from the beginning, and again, no disrespect towards Comets, but I didn't think they were going to be as good. I mean, losing Dingo, who was arguably the best QB last year.
Don't. You said that we lost Fade and AK. We lost Fade and AK in season fucking 1. Sorry.
Yeah, but
potty mouths.
And don't get, like, you guys are so great. I mean, you guys smoked us, but I mean, losing that top QB has a toll. I mean, I'm not good either, but losing Dingo was arguably the best quarterback that was. I knew it was going to be a toll, and if I'm being honest, I just feel like you guys just don't care as much for the game anymore, if that makes sense. And you guys got real life stuff going on. I mean, I think Rats landed a good job.
You got a job at NASA.
Yeah,
Dang.
you got a job
Congrats,
at NASA.
Rats.
Like, they got IRL stuff, and signing JBL, has a lot of weight on his shoulders, and no disrespect towards them, but they lost Dingo, and they have a lot of IRL stuff going on, so I just didn't think they were going to be as good as they were last year.
At the end of the day, I'm not going to harp on it if anyone else wants to make comments on it, but at the end of the day, we don't play as much as we do for like on paper, we're one of the best teams. And you know what? We still better than most of the teams that do play. So
call them out.
I'm not gonna
Who
lie.
you better than Humble?
We don't want to hear that from you.
Oh.
We want to hear.
I don't even know what team you're on. Why are you talking about
Humble? It doesn't matter, Humble. You can say that all you want, but we don't want to hear you tuck your tail between your legs. We're still in the contention, even though we're not really in contention. No, we want to hear you say
we are literally in contention. What are you? What team are you on?
I'm on squad. We want to hear you say we're about to go smack title. Yo. Wait, Humble. That's all good. But you're about to have the same amount of rings as me at the end of the season. We're holding hands. We're holding hands, looking at K9 the title. We're holding hands, looking at K9 the title.
Go back to the RSL.
We're holding hands.
Go back to
We're
the
holding
RSL.
hands, looking at K9 and title. Humble. That's crazy. How do you come out and we just don't play enough? Yo, have some you're Humble.
How does it feel to know that a team that doesn't play is still better than you?
I still don't play either, but I don't know why you're tucking your tail between your legs. Go do something.
Who does Comets play this week?
We play I think we played Hunt. No, I'm not gonna lie, I don't even know.
Or like next week or something. Can you guarantee us a win or something?
We play IP. We play IP in the next 2 weeks.
No, okay. I don't want to hear, we're gonna beat IP. Anyone can beat IP.
The only hard game we have left is K9.
Can you guarantee us a win against K9?
Can anyone guarantee a win against K9?
Okay, can you confidently say that Comets will beat K9?
No. Can you say Title can confidently beat K9?
I would say so, yeah.
Yeah, I would.
That's a hot take for itself. I don't know.
Winner attitude.
I think Title could take him.
I am confident in our receiver core and our line in Shaq. Like I do not think we have a single hole on our team. So I 100% could say confidently I think we can beat K9.
Oh, I mean, I think you can beat K9.
But will is the question.
Comets will do.
I guess we'll find out.
I guess we'll find out next week.
We'll find out, I guess.
All right, we're gonna.
But I just want to say one more thing about the Comets situation. I really do think if they start to play the game more religiously, I do feel like they will be a top 3 team again. Will it happen? We don't know. They have a lot of IRL stuff, but there's no reason for them not to be a top 3 once they start playing religiously again.
All right, we're gonna bounce around a little bit here because we're kind of running out of time. Speaking of top tier teams playing each other, I think either this week or next week we got K9 and Shinigami playing each other.
It's this week.
This week? Okay, cool. Who are you taking? Who do we got winning?
Shinigami's getting blown out. Let's be real with it.
Dude's gonna show why, not to slander him. Don't say that Mai's better than Dude. Dude's gonna show why he's the best receiver, and he's gonna single-handedly lock down Mai. And I guarantee you, Dude's gonna go everywhere Mai goes. I'm playing with Dude. He's gonna ask for
50s. Yeah.
He's gonna ask to abuse Mai, and let Mai's ego go back down to earth, and have everyone shut up about Mai and show him Mai is good.
Who's MVP throwing to? You gonna throw it to Vanilla side? The dude's leading in interceptions, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean,
you're gonna throw it at Cam or Sparks if he can play. Like it's we've been seeing some blowouts this season, but I think that's gonna be one that's gonna be ugly.
I think Bond's playing safety.
Yeah, look at that. That man's gonna ball hawk all over the place.
This is gonna be my hot take. I think Shinigami is going to find a way to come out on top. I think they will, because this is so much of an ego game for a lot of parties involved. MVP showing why he thinks he should be MVP. Mai trying to take down Dude. I think there's going to be emotions. I think people are going to get frustrated. And I think Shinigami has the better mental game, honestly.
Knowing MVP and playing with him, he's killing it this season. He's going off this season. And he's got three times play of the week. The dude's just killing it. But I think he has to prove this game that why he's arguably the best quarterback right now. And that's a hot take for another day. But he needs to back up these stats, against this team. And I think he can prove it. And will he? I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, those three wide receivers on the other team can rattle a QB. And I think every QB that QB's a team can agree with me.
I don't know. Honestly, like I gotta go with K9. Only because like I don't know. Shinigami, like they're kinda in the same situation I would put Comets in last season. Like Shinigami is improved massively over the gap between season 1 and 2 and then throughout season 1. But I think that if K9 watches film, they prepare, even just a couple people, if they just know what to do against Shinigami, I think it'll really hamper them. And if K9 has historically been a team that you cannot go down against. You got Jipper, you
That's
got
true.
Dootmean, you got Bond. Like it's a super high powered offense. If you go down, it's going to be tough to coming back.
One thing that's going for Shinigami though is that at least so far during the season, I don't know about their schedule wise, but at least stat wise, they got a whole 12.5 points on point average on a K9.
I mean that they also blew out IP like 95-0.
Yeah, look at the team Shinigami's face. And no disrespect towards them, but look at the teams they face.
Listen, I'm by no means a Shinigami fan. I want to kick their butt so freaking hard. But that's my take. I think they're coming out on top.
We'll see.
I guess we will. All right. Next, and probably no, we'll do this and one more topic. Next topic we got is smoke on site. So we've seen a little bit more action in the smoke on site chat in the GFA Discord. We just had Doot and AK, and then we had Wi-Fi and Chad. Who do you want to see next on smoke on site?
I mean, I think the people want to see SOCOM versus what's his name?
Bama.
Yeah, Bama.
That's so crazy.
What's his name? He's right there, Dion. That's cold, man.
My bad. Yeah. So
it's slanderous.
People want to see that. I called Wee Man out once, and he instantly declined. He knew.
He knows that's a loss. That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to see Gun getting one, but I don't think he really talks to
I call out Gun. Gun doesn't respond to me.
Yeah, so. He don't even care. Look,
he's on the bigger and better things.
Yeah, like come on, like as a season 1 champion, like we got better things to do, So I don't really know what to tell you.
I want somebody to shut Volcom up. That boy talks so much smack for like not playing the game at all. The last pug I was in with him, he was a must pick. Like I don't know. Somebody needs to stop this man. I don't care who it is, but somebody challenge him.
He'll say the reason why he doesn't play is because of his retailing job or some poor excuse.
Retailing job is a good way to put it.
I don't have anyone in mind that I want to see SOS, but I just want to see more beef beforehand. The Mouse Bond SOS.
Yes.
That's what SOS should be for.
Mm-hmm.
It's not two friends to go in for a friendly game of QB. It's for two goons to go at one another.
So who's got beef right now?
To settle.
Bam, SOCOM.
Yeah, I mean, I even with going 0-6, I think I could outgun SOCOM at QB. He's playing controller too.
SOCOM, I think that's a challenge.
I mean, if anything,
keep an eye on that right now.
I don't think JBL is that good at QB, but
Unclesocom in chat, bring it on.
SOS
right now.
I think we got a challenge.
He's throwing it in the ring.
Nice. All right. Anyone else we think got beef right now? I know Bama SOCOM's a big one.
I mean, Volcom Resp.
Volcom Resp.
That's been a beef for a while. They always going off at one another in general. I don't know. I don't think there is any other significant beef.
All right.
Yeah, I think we just have to put that on the burner. Let's see.
Yeah.
What goes on? Like with people, because we don't see a lot of beef right now. Sadly. Where's
Mm.
Ryan Tactics?
Yeah, maybe with those big games coming up that Humble was talking about, we'll see a little bit more action.
I can't wait for the K9 and Shinigami game.
That's gonna be
no matter who
chicken
wins,
MVP.
we all win.
All right. So for our final topic of the night, who should be moving on from the teams that they're on? What players should be moving on to bigger and better things? And who is being held back by their team right now?
So I'm gonna take first off on this one because I prepared ahead of time.
I
have two different answers.
Go for it.
I'm gonna start with the reasonable one. The person held back by their team, it's got to be DJ. I don't think there's anyone else held back by their team as much as DJ. I don't think he should move on though. It's his team. He's made the team. I think he should stick it out.
I don't know.
Stay as QB or wide receiver?
QB.
QB.
I mean,
gotcha.
I mean, he could play whatever he wants, I guess, but
I think he needs to move back to wide receiver. But
I mean, people said the same thing about Dingo.
Yeah, but that's like a diamond in the rough, like that. I just don't.
You never know. Like maybe DJ hasn't been polished enough.
I don't know. Yeah, you got a point. But I don't.
And for the other one, who needs to move on to bigger and better things? The hot take is Big Boy. Big Boy needs to get off aliens. He's got to go to K9. He's got to go to a title. Big Boy.
You think K9 wants
Slanderous.
Why are you talking for K9?
I'm asking.
Maybe they do.
Look,
I'm out here. I am repping Big Boy. I don't care if he was the worst person in the GFA. Big Boy, that is my boy.
Big Boy is Humble's boy.
Fan. If you don't frick with Big Boy, you ain't a homie.
I think Sparks is being held back. I mean, he doesn't even
by
start
K9.
He doesn't play for them.
That's true.
I mean, it's just wasted talent. And I think Sparks said that Cam works a lot, but I've seen Sparks, asked to be released, and then he went back to K9 because he realized that Kingsman was garbage. So and now he just rides bench, and I just feel like that's wasted talent.
I mean, I think he's another one of those situations where he's got a lot kind of going on like outside of GridIron, so I think he's a little bit more comfortable in that not bench role but kind of sub role. But no, yeah, Sparks is crazy talented. He could start pretty much anywhere.
What about Charlie?
That was actually mine. I think Charlie again is arguably a top 4, top 5 center lineman in the league. Like, I don't know. He's another person I think that could start pretty much anywhere if he wanted to.
Yeah, I'd agree on Charlie.
Nice. Okay, Humble, you may not like this one. X-Tails.
No.
I think.
Okay, well, I don't think badly of X-Tails. But I will say that, I mean, we'll see. X-Tails may be on the come up. We'll find out.
I think he is. I 100% believe that X-Tails is on the come up. I've seen his progress from when he first started in the RSL, and I think he's made strides. And I think with a competent line around him, he can absolutely excel.
I got a really spicy hot take. Dion, you want to go first?
No, I got to hear this one.
This is a rough one, but I really think Mag is being held back by his team.
Yeah.
The line did not help him at all last game, and Bobbito just, Bobbito's Bobbito. But I mean, in all honesty, I mean, I was on PO. I mean, I think Mag is held back by that line, and Quan trolling him too much and Bobbito being Bobbito. I mean, I think Mag could be a great QB if he had a better team. In all honesty,
I would agree. I think Mag has potential to be an even better QB.
Yep, I agree.
I think
even
Mag
with the running, look at his running.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and that's why I think Mag is the quarterback that Comet should have had. And I love JBL.
To be fair though, Dome, Mag didn't have his starting line when he played.
Yeah, the last game he didn't have his starting line.
I mean, well, who is his starting line though?
So his starting line would be Alucard, Onion Skin, and
MJ
Nance,
MJ,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but still, I mean, even I don't know. I feel like Mag, and no discredit to PO, but I feel like Mag had a better team around him and a better line. I mean, I think he'd be a top 3 QB.
Yeah, talking about Mag's running. I don't know if y'all covered this last week. Would y'all see our 4th and 31 mishap against PO?
I did not. What
so
happened?
we were down by 2 after missing a 2-point conversion.
Mm-hmm.
We get them down to 4th and 31 on their own goal line. I'm playing line, and so I'm coming off the edge, and I'm like right in diving range to get him. I dive. MJ Nance somehow miraculously was walking backwards, not looking at me, and blocked my dive from a safety. He scoots around Charlie, goes down the sideline, runs 31 yards, and our guys get juked from like one little inside move he made, and he dove at the sideline for the first down.
Dang.
In the 4th and 31.
Yeah, no, he's crazy talented with his legs.
I think he slept on.
I think self-imposed is Yuli. I think Yuli. I mean, he went back to hunt through his own volition, and I like the hunt guys too. But Yuli on K9, even if he didn't get to play in league games, he was pretty nasty. And I think Yuli on a better team is a monster.
I think he's a semi-pro Valorant player, or he's college or something. But
he has the Valorant going on.
I think that's why he kind of stopped and kind of fell off the map. In all honesty, but again, he could easily be a top center again.
Gotcha. All right, we're gonna real quick take 1 or 2 hot take questions from chat because we're running a little bit low on time here. So let's see those hot takes. What do you got, chat?
While we look, Y2J, what'd you want to say to me before the show?
I actually don't remember.
All right.
No cap.
You said you didn't want to discredit me or anything, or slander. Are you gonna?
I said I was gonna slander you for no reason, but I decided not to.
All right, fair enough.
Look, you haven't got a chance to see the full dome until he gets the starting line out there.
Oh, we got somebody saying Goon Squad is a lock for playoffs.
No.
Okay,
get out of my chat. Get out of my chat.
In there, do not read it. Okay, I have actually.
That wasn't even Kadarius Toney.
I have a hot question for Dome. AK or Lunar?
Lunar.
Oh, Lunar. 110%.
What?
So okay, let me ask
listen,
you a formatted question. If you have AK instead of Lunar right now, do you think how do you think your team fares if you've had AK from the start compared to Lunar?
It'd be terrible.
I love AK. I started Apostles with him. I mean the second Apostles, but AK's a locker room cancer, and he's very annoying. I still think he's a great wide receiver, but he's 15 or 16, so he's he does act his age or his shoe size. He's a locker room cancer. He's annoying, and I'd rather have Lunar, and Lunar's, as you can all agree, I think Lunar had a big kind of grow up, and he's gotten older and stuff, and
see, but I would argue AK's moving in that same direction. Like, I don't know. I may be a bit biased because AK's on my team, but
I just saw AK in a GFA.
I love AK,
in
man.
a Twitch channel crying about my ranking, so I don't know.
Look, I have to agree with Dome. Like, if I had to sign one or the other, I'm signing Lunar. Like, I had AK was on Comets. AK he's a good player. Debatably number 2 to some people, if not everyone. But AK, like, if things don't go the right way,
he left my team because he didn't get the ball enough.
Yeah,
and
so that shows what kind of person he is.
What I'm saying is, I think maybe this is just because I'm scrimming with him and playing with him pretty much every single day, I think there's been a huge shift in his mentality.
Well, to be fair to AK, he's playing with Shaq, and Shaq and AK are like Jipper and Doomine.
Well, I mean, yeah, but like
Shaq will do anything to keep AK happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I disagree actually with that too.
Okay, but like maybe not in scrim, but like Shaq will give AK whatever he wants if it's a game that he thinks he can do it without making the team suffer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think if AK asked for 50, I believe Shaq would throw that up. And I guarantee AK's probably coming down with that. I mean,
would you not do that for any teammate if it's not going to make the rest of the team suffer?
Well, when Title's so much better than everyone, where like calling for the ball like that won't be detrimental, that's fine. But let's say there is no Title in K9, the whole league is a bunch of Titles in K9s, that would get toxic pretty fast. I'm pretty sure.
Again, I'm gonna sit here and defend AK because he's my boy.
No, I understand.
I don't know.
I just feel like he's a sore. He's a great player. Don't get me wrong, he's phenomenal, but his defense is lacked. I mean, I haven't seen him play in a while.
I think
his defense is crazy.
I haven't seen him, but he's still a top 5, top 3 wide receiver in my book.
He traded his coverage defense for his diving because I've seen that man do Icy's level dives.
You talking about when he sold a playoff game or whatever?
Not even that. Like not even including that. I saw a scrim with K9 versus Title, and AK gave up 3 touchdowns because he tried to dive on a screen.
All right, we're gonna move on from AK real quick. I wanted to Vishy's take. Vishy says Cam Newton's laptop needs to leave and go to Comets.
No, I'll field that one first, having played with them a good bit.
Wait, who the Comets? I'm sorry.
Cam Newton's laptop.
Cam Newton. Yeah. Cam's an awesome dude. I like him a lot. I really do. I think he's got to be more assertive with it. I don't think he always says how he feels. And I like Mouse. I know some people here don't, but I think Cam's biggest issue this season is Mouse in his ear. I really do. I think Cam's a better quarterback than he is.
I wouldn't go that far. I don't think Cam's issue is only Mouse in his ear.
Oh no, agreed. Yeah.
I think I honestly do think that. I mean, last season, I think honestly, Mouse is the one that said this. Talking about Cam is that like Cam is one of the rare QBs that like he needs a good line, not like the best receiving core. Cam can make a average receiving core better, but he needs time.
Yeah.
With the Kingsman line struggling, he's gonna look way worse than he actually is.
Yeah, but I don't think he's a good fit for Comets either, though. Even personality-wise, any of it. I mean, I know they all get along. I think Cam needs to be with his fear guys for him to be successful, and I think that includes bringing back Charlie, bringing back Cheese, which I know it won't happen, but
yeah,
I think
Mag on K9 would be best. I mean, especially with that killer line. I mean, move JBL back out to wide receiver. I mean, I think they put themselves in a deep playoff run.
Mag on
Comets.
Comets. Gotcha.
Yeah. What'd I say, K9?
Yeah. It's all good.
Do we think that Sentinels are a playoff team?
No.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Mickey Sentinels.
Mouse. You're gonna get Mickey Mouse.
You're gonna get wiped out in 2 seconds if you play a legitimate team. All right. Well, any last hot takes before we hop off here?
Yeah. So I will say, obviously you arranged some topics before the show. And you covered it in the report. Goofy joining Swarm for 24 hours. Obviously, Goofy as a legacy Comets member, I got the scoop. And apparently, he had said he's looking for a team, and the Swarm just signed him. They didn't even ask.
Actually,
that's what he said. If it's true or not, I don't know, but that's what he said.
All right, Goofy.
So Goofy requested release.
I see a big dog.
I think we gotta watch out for Shinigami, and hopefully when Dion joins back, Blizzard will, I'll finally have more than 2 seconds in the pocket. Hopefully, I'll get 3 seconds now.
We're making a deep playoff run. I'm gonna call it now. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care who we play.
Listen, I don't know about deep.
Deep. I'm talking.
No, what?
If I went into the
any given day, you only got to beat them once.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going deep with it. Look, Blizzard signed a season 1 champion. I talked to Gun yesterday.
Oh my god! Get this guy out of my call.
Back to what I was saying. I was I'm being honest. I went into the PO game literally thinking we were gonna win, and I'm being honest. After we got blown out by Kingsman on that scrim before, it's a hot take, but I don't think PO is that good. I know we beat them,
I
don't think that's a hot take of a take anymore.
I think it's a hot take to say they are good.
I just went into the game knowing we were gonna win, and evidently we almost choked because of me. But that's a story for another day. Let's just say that ball that I threw, that was the 42-34. When I threw it in the back of the end zone, that ball was meant to be out of the end zone and not in the end zone, and it was a little short. So.
We would have disbanded if Dome threw the game.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I said that. I said we're disbanding if we lose. So they had my back.
I'm sure they did. All right. Well, that is all we got for tonight. Thank you all so much for coming out to see Hot Takes and all of GFA Live. And we will catch you next week, December 14th, 7 p.m. Tuesday. See you there. Thanks so much.